I really appreciate you guys for showing up every day. Yesterday we did it with 7 people, so I think we just get started and get over with it. Daniel, if you go live, just let me know so I can like repost and stuff. Ah, Sir Collins, I get it, sir.
You're live.
So I was talking to the Asabel.
Yeah, just chill for me. I'm trying to set up something, right? Because
Yeah,
yesterday I realized. Yeah, just chill. Just give me like a few, like 1 or 2 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, I don't know why we use this particular one. This what's the name?
vibe.
Yeah,
Good.
like the next ones, right? Should probably be like Google Meet, right? Or I don't even know.
Yeah, next
That
I'll
is,
just
it should
use
just be.
YouTube if there is another one.
Yeah,
YouTube and next. It's not bad.
yeah, that was.
So blessing, did you check out Scout Game?
Hello, good evening. What's the
Good evening.
question?
Yeah, did you check out the Scout Game? Did you check out the Scout Game?
Yeah. I checked it out last night, but I can't like participate in their game. They said I should come back next week Monday to join the new game.
I don't think it works like that. Oh. I think you might be, I think you might be getting it wrong. You will just have to connect your GitHub account to the platform. Then any repository you contribute to will, will be automatically like recorded on their own platform. So like if you could like me now if I contribute to any open source repository like points from there. Well, that one is
Right.
something else you're talking about. Like
All right. What will happen is that I'll message you on WhatsApp so that you can tell me more on what to do on the platform.
yeah, no issues, no issues.
All right.
So let me
Thank
share
you.
my screen now. Alright, so following the roadmap, I already have this is what we did in the one, two, and I believe we did this yesterday, right? Sending links. But what we do not do is interacting with an anchor program, right? Next screen,
See your screen. Carry on.
right? Cool. So we do not interact with an anchor program. So tend to Cloud 4. We just go over interacting with an anchor program today. But yeah, I mean the first thing on my list should be gratitude for yesterday was like I not been expectant. Like on 1.1k people were streaming. Like there were only 7 people in this call, right? But like, we were like 1,000 people. To me, that's massive because honestly, I was just expecting like maybe 40 attendance, and then conversion from those 40 people, you can get like 20 projects that, or even 10 that I'm like, okay, I know these guys when they submitted to the hackathon, I'll be like, at least we got something out of it, right? But I really appreciate the community. I really appreciate my guys, everybody that showed up. It means a lot. Um, so today we're going to be starting with talking about Anchor because we're going to be interacting with a basic hello world program, right? And then we're going to simulate something that is going to be like, I mean, it's going to be another program, right? But it's the native. We're going to use the memo program to create something that is like a journal. very simple one page screen. Then I think this is showing up fine. But then we're going to talk about there's going to be a bonus um point where we're just going to talk about something very briefly, not not um not very elaborate, and then there's a very it's just RESTful APIs, but it's talking about how to use those RESTful APIs to build on Solana, right? You don't need to write smart contracts or Solana programs. And then I thought we are going to talk about like the hackathon, just an open mic, maybe feedback on what went well, what did not go well. If you guys are open to it, stuff like that. So this link to these resources, I will share it on the Notion. I'll share it on the WhatsApp group. Right, so you guys can join the WhatsApp group from. There'll be a slide to allow you to join the WhatsApp group. So like I'm going to delete probably I'm going to delete all of this. So it's going to be like only the resource link that is here. And I feel like the more resources I find, I'll just continue adding it here to maybe help anybody, right? So let's just get straight into talking about Anchor. Some of us are already very familiar with Anchor, right? Um, so Anchor is a framework that you can use to build Solana programs, right? So normally there's a way you can build on Solana natively by writing C++, I believe. Anchor created like a framework to make it easier for developers to build on Solana, right? This C++ or native C, one of those, sure. So it's like an abstraction, just like Express.js or many of these JavaScript that you can use to build on JavaScript. Anchor is like to build Solana programs or smart contracts, like the other um, communities might call it. Um, so for mobile app developers, we communicate to Solana programs by using RPCs, like remote procedural calls, and these RPCs now, the user mobile wallet that is going to be talking to these RPCs. So the user mobile wallet is like the user identity. Like, oh, I want to run this transaction that has these instructions from this program, right? So I want to communicate Anchor program or on the Solana blockchain. We're going to talk to the RPCs first, and these RPCs will now talk to the nodes, their providers, right? Am I presenting? I'm not presenting. Um, so then yeah, we already spoke about wallets just now. Um, the mobile wallets, right? Handle transaction signing. Yeah, as it holds the user identity, it also handles transactions and we do not get access to the user private keys except maybe you use something like the Solana.dat package and then you are creating the wallet for the user. Then you can decide whatever to do with the person's private keys, right? But if we are going to be using an external wallet like Phantom, Souffle, and Jupiter, although Jupiter Mobile Wallet Adapter, I don't think it works here. I mean, it works with web frameworks, right? I've tested it out with TypeScript, but it did not work. I don't think it works with that because it doesn't show up on Mobile Wallet Adapter for now. That's also a good opportunity to contribute. Like gives good view, right? Daniel will know what I'm talking about. So yeah, so IDL interface definition language. Yeah, if I'm correct, enables type safe interactions. Right. So as Daniel said yesterday, ideals are like type definitions, right? That allows us to. So because I don't say as Daniel said yesterday too many times, right? But so because like with that or Flutter, there are like different type definitions. There is int, there are different types, right? That's how it is too with Solana programs, right? So you're going to be communicating with a Solana program, maybe a function or an instruction, right? You're going to need to know the exact type of instruction because there might be multiple instructions. So you are going to need to know the exact instruction you want to talk to. This what enables us to be able to talk to these programs now. Choosing the specific instruction that we want is what is the idea. So it's usually a JSON file or it's a JSON file. It's not usually it is a JSON file, right? And it's just type definitions pretty much. If we this is like a very basic idea for an hello world instruction that we got that I got that we're going to be using today, right? So there's only one instruction in the whole program, and it's just hello world, pretty much hello world. But we'll come to that. We'll come to that. So that's what ideas are. They are type definitions that enable us to interact with anchor programs, right? Pretty much generated interface definition for seamless fly AI is being installed there. So then PDAs, program derived addresses, right? Enable complex state management. PDAs are like I believe they are what like program derived accounts or program derived addresses, something like that. Program every program account, right? So is this program IDs that we use to communicate with the Solana programs, right? I don't know if you get me, but we're going to see it in this. We're going to see it in this. Let's just move on so we'll see it. So I also want to take a few minutes to encourage you guys to join us on WhatsApp. If you are a mobile developer and you're looking to build on Solana, I mean, we're not the official Solana mobile community, right? I mean, there's a good community on X, but if if you want to, but you know what a community can do, right? So we're looking to building a community for Solana mobile developers, right? So you can join us on WhatsApp if you're interested, right? So I, I think we should come back to this later, maybe when we're talking on the open floor. Also, going to my so was we just spoke about fixed and anchor, then interact with a basic hello world anchor program. So for Solana mobile developers,
Sorry.
before me,
Are you sure? Are you sure? Do you know you're not sharing your screen?
are you serious?
Yeah, yeah, I've not been sharing your screen since. And we're live too. So
I clicked share screen. For some reason, it's not share. Yeah. So
yeah, it works now.
right. So cool. Um. So this is what I just spoke about Anchor finish. Anchor is a Solana framework, contract framework. How mobile apps communicate with Solana programs, why the wallet is important, what are IDLs, and how they help us to communicate with Solana programs, and then what are PDAs. So then you can just scan this QR code to join us on the whole long story I spoke about community and stuff. So if you're interested, I would like to join us. Currently we're like 30 of us, probably more. And I'm sure of like because I don't know everybody personally, but I'm sure of like three people that is going to submit to the Solana mobile hackathon, right? And I believe that everybody in the group is looking forward to submitting to. So I mean, so then I went to back to the Notion docs, right? I take this to do because we already spoke about Anchor and then we're going to be interacting with a basic LO program in Anchor. So I wanted to talk about if you're somebody like me and you probably do not have if you're somebody like me and you don't have enough storage to start installing Solana SDK, installing probably you don't have the compute power to run Rust programs. You can run it on your browser by using this I should probably add it to the resources. Right? shout out to Spa team and their workshop for bringing this to my notice. Like, it's in the resources now. By using this online code editor, right? So even here is where there are a lot of templates here, and this is where I got the Hello World program from, right? So it's a template program. It's just a very basic Hello World. Like when you install a new programming language, your first thing you do is Hello World, right? So this one is very basic. What you do is after you write your code, then you can build it. You can build it here, right? And then you can also deploy it to the Solana blockchain from here, right? You can test from here. There are a lot of things you can do from here, right? I mean, for most of what you want to do as a mobile developer, I think you can do it from here. It has integrations with GitHub, so um, I mean it's a pretty cool tool, right? So the build is successful. Now we should be able to see our ID, is the program ID. I'm not sure we're going to interact with the program binary, but then we can export the IDN, right, straight to our VS Code file. This is workshop playground. The Flutter code we have been using since. It will be available on GitHub soon too, in case you want to check it out. Um, so this now is the account address of the Hello World program on chain. So if we are going to be interacting with this program, we are going to be using this ID to communicate to the program, right? So because there are a lot of programs and each program has their own account PDAs, right? So this is what we're going to be using to communicate with it, right? So then you can deploy, but I'm not going to deploy because I've already deployed previously, and I'm not sure there's a need to redeploy, right? So after that, what you do is you export your IDN to your environment, to your code base, right? So me, I shifted it into this file called IDA. I'm not sure about repository structures or layouts for now, but I think it's just. I was also thinking it should be in like an assets directory, but I'm not sure yet. I just put it in an IDL folder, right? So this is our IDL, and this is what it looks like. It's just a JSON file with one instruction that doesn't take any account or any arguments. If you're a mobile developer, I believe that statement should understand, right? So what else? Then interacting with it. Let me share my emulator so you guys can see it from here. Blah, 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 right? So that's what. Uh, so this is what we did in day one. Just a modification by adding a bottom navigation bar. Already spoke about yesterday. Just simple connect wallet was what we did on day one. Then day two we spoke about connecting wallet and sending a transaction on chain, like sending Lamport from one wallet to another wallet. Just to input you very basic stuff. I mean, and then yeah, right. So this we're going to do this by signing with our mobile wallet. So that's why this connect wallet button is still here. But I mean, it's still not important. If these are already connected, maybe the button that is here, you can just run the transaction by authorizing with our arguments that we can get from authorization results, right? So the three, right? So this looks bogus, but it's just the Solana stuff we're going to touch, right? So already from the one and the two, you should already know that we're going to need this Solana client variable, right? That's what we use to communicate with the RPCs. And based on the nature of what we're doing today, the only thing we're using in this variable is still RPC URL. I mean, it's not a problem, right? But we're not going to be using the WebSocket URL, but it's required to pass the two parameters. Um, Authorization result is what we get from connecting the wallet, right? So it gives us the key pair and okay, the public key, sorry, not the key pair with the private key, just the public key. Account label, that's the connected wallet. See if it is Phantom wallet, this is something like Phantom wallet, something like that, sha. But it's so flared. So that's what the account label is. The wallet URI is probably um the I think WebSocket URI to the wallet, I think, and then the auth token what we can use to to perform actions, right? Like is what is like an an identity of what we can use to identify that okay the action is coming from this application, right? That's something like that. That's pretty much it, right? We can use to send transactions on when we're reconnecting, I believe. Um that's that for that. Then it's connected. So this is connected variable now. It's just a variable. You can easily get it from the Solana mobile client package from Solana mobile stack. We use it to, which is not very necessary to what we're doing, right? But we need to not allow the user to call the program without connecting their wallet first. So you can see the importance. You can there's a lot of things you can do with it. Then signature, blah blah blah. Then the program ID now. This is where we're storing the PDA of the Solana program. I'm not sure if that's grammatically correct, but this is the account of the Solana program. So if you deploy this program, right? So I need to connect. I don't want to deploy the program. That's going to cost me like two souls, which I mean I can get back if I burn. I'm not sure it works like that, but I believe I can get it back. But if you deploy this program, you are going to okay, you can already access the program ID. So is this program ID now that we are connecting to here? That's what we used to tell Salah. Oh, okay, this is is that program I'm talking to, right? So I mean, because it is an account, so is is the public key that we have. Right? So was storing it as a variable now from the string base 58, right? So we're just getting it to this exact representation of what public keys are in that, right? So now talking about instruction discriminators, this was the blocker that did not allow me to that did not allow me to be able to like demo this yesterday, right? So it's kind of a little bit complex, but I hope I get it right trying to explain it. So what happens is that when you are talking to an anchor program, right? Maybe you are talking to an instruction. You want to make you want to get an instruction, you want to invoke an instruction, something like that. Instruction maybe let's just take it as a function, right? Let's take it as a function for now. So there can be various instructions, there can be many instructions in the same program, right? So to get the exact instruction you're trying to communicate with is why we need this discriminator, right? What it allows you to do is I mean is you're going to make use of the um you're going to make use of the IDL here, right? If you see from the IDL here, we have just one instruction in this file. I mean that's pretty cool, it's very basic for what we need to do today. So how the discriminator works is that is something that if you know the instruction name you want to get, you can always get the same instruction discriminator. So I can get the same instruction discriminator from somebody else. It comes in this format, right? Global with this semicolon, then the name of the instruction. For our case, the name of the instruction is hello world, right? But like the naming convention for that file names, it doesn't work like this, right? This is, I don't know, snail case or camel case, but this case is not the way it works for anchor programs, right? So it's going to be hello underscore world instead, right? So it's what they did here is they did it. So now this is a string, right? And in that, strings are stored as UTF-16, right? I think from what I understand of UTF-16, related to, unlike UTF-8, it consumes more memory, right? Allows you to use around 2 to 4 bytes, something like that, right? But then this one allows you to use 1 to 4 bytes. So it's still very related, but that one is kind of bigger, right? So we're going to convert it to a UTF-16, right? All these conversions is just so that we can get the bytes that we're going to send as a transaction, right? So then we're going to what's that word? So this pre-image now is this global then plus hello world, right? Then we convert it to another string type of uint 8 list, right? Then we're going to so then can you help me with that word? Let me check. Yeah, we're going to hash. Just say from the docs here. Wait, is it, can you guys still hear me? Are you guys hearing me? Let me increase the screen with it. Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Yeah, cool, cool, cool. So we're going to hash this string here that we've converted to UTF-8, right? We're going to hash it into using this algorithm SHA-256. If you're a backend developer, you should probably have an idea of all of this. So it's a 256 length. From there, we're going to get a 256 length something. Say I will not call it string, but variable, right? So from that variable, we're going to take only the first eight, right? So this is just instruction discriminator is about. So that's like how action anchor works. So from that first eight variables now, right? This is, please digest the bytes that take the first eight, creating a string of being eight list from there. So from that first eight variable, anchor can use it to identify each instructions in the Solana program, right? So that's how discriminators work. Then this is where we're calling the calculate discriminator function with the convention, naming convention I spoke about. We couldn't use hello with capital W word here. We have to use hello underscore word, right? So connect wallet is just the normal connect wallet process, right? Time is really going. Then reauthorize in case the user needs to reauthorize. Then to call the program is just basically sending a transaction, right? The only difference with building, I mean, the only difference here is that we would need to get the instruction discriminator and then bundle it into a transaction, right? So calling the program is just like sending a normal transaction, create the session, start the session, um, let the user select their wallet and they get into the wallet app in case they need to authorize. Um, then the signer, right? The signer get the block hash to prevent stale sending a stale transaction and other advantages it has. Um, get our discriminator using this function that we've already described before. Then we're we're trying to call the transaction here. We're trying to sign the transaction. Let's see that. So what it does is it creates an instruction, right? This instruction passes does not pass any account, right? Because in our IDL there are no accounts here, so we do not need to pass any accounts or any arguments, right? So then it creates the instruction. Then from that instruction, it compiles it into a message, right? So from that message, we're going to turn it into a format that into what's that word? We're going to turn it into a format that Solana can understand, right? So we're going to turn it to raw data. We're going to compile it to raw data. Um, right. So we're compiling it here to with the block hash and the signer, right? So um, this is where we create a variable for here we're creating a variable for a demo variable like we said yesterday, right? Just a placeholder signature, so that it's like it's I mean it's necessary, right? Because after the transaction we need it, for now we'll just fill it with an empty list of zeros, right? So then we're creating a transaction that can be signed by the wallet, and then we're serializing the transaction here to a form that it can be sent by the wallet. Then we're signing the transaction. And after signing the transaction, we're going to send the transaction to the RPC, right? We're going to send transaction from the RPC. Then, as Daniel said yesterday, um, the commitment level we're using here is confirmed, not finalized. So once I think here, I think um sorry, where is it? Before sign transaction, I think here we're telling Solana to simulate the transaction, right? That pretty much is to sign the transaction here, send the transaction to the RPC here, then we get our results, right? What does get transaction URL do? It just returns a string, that the user can like click and probably it will open in their browser to show the the transaction on the on the explorer. Yeah, that's what. So if we check it out, let me just quickly connect to it and let's see that in action. Oops. Is there something you want me to go over? Anybody? I went to restart when I already clicked on the wallet. I need to stop and start building again. Excuse me.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, doing.
Oh yeah. So just quickly chime in while you're trying to like push the code, right? So is this so in Solana there's like three levels of commitment, right? So the first one is like processed, the second one is like what's the word? Commit, and the last one is finalized, right? So process is just send a transaction. So remember we said that last yesterday we said that the blockchain is like just like a backend server, right? So when you send the transaction, that means the server has received your request, right? So that's what that process is. But once it adds it to the block, so it's like it's majority block. So there are different forks of block, right? There's a blockchain, so they are building block as well. So they just commitment. Does not mean that you does not so that we added to the blockchain, but does not mean that it's finalized, right? Like it's not permanent because they can create another fork from that blockchain because like they are trying to agree on. which block to add to the main blockchain, like to finalize it, right? You only finalize when, I think, if you have added like 30 or 31 blocks, right? That's why I have added. So that means that it's very, very impossible that to reverse that thing. So when they say something is irreversible in the blockchain, this is when it is now finalized, right? So just these three stages. So it's possible that it's commit, I mean, it has been committed, but it does not get finalized. Like, so sometimes you have to check it depending on the kind of what's the word? Depending on the kind of environment, right? If you are trading or maybe just a normal
Yeah.
escrow app, so yeah, so it depends.
So
But
we
if
just
it's,
want fast transactions.
yeah, exactly. We have to be sure on what you're doing.
Exactly.
I mean, those ones are like, they are way, way basic stuff, right? But like for most things, you just have to do the commit part. If you want them to work, right?
Yeah. So I finally got it to open again. Can't wait to build on my citadel. This one lags at first. Excuse me. So if I click on the button, right, you should call on the function, right? You should see um but a modal sheet, a bottom sheet that says that asks us to sign the transaction. Right. So where is it? So instead of me to just follow up with the function here, I'll just sign the transaction. I was trying to I was trying to show the exact functions that we're saying on screen, right? So you should have sent by now. Let me just check the Explorer. This is the wallet. Right, so we just sent the transaction, and based on the nature of the program, right, we should send hello world on chain, right? So you see somewhere like program instruction. Instruction details. Now, yeah, you know where to find this hello world. I mean, I saw it early, previously. Yeah, so from the program log, right, hello world from Solana smart contract. So if you check the online editor, you see it prints this, but in ROS, this is a macro to like log hello world from Solana smart contract. Glad that we have gone over that. I mean, so why are we looking at this, right? So if depending on how you are building your mobile apps, right? If you are going to be interacting with an anchor program, it's not usually more than this. It's just as easy as this. I mean, I feel like it's just like as if I'm calling an API call, right? Apart from the discriminator issues, I mean, very soon I'm sure there'll be like Daniel said, there'll be like packages that we can use to like easily get discriminated, because I mean it's same process going to be using whether the name of the instruction is hello world or whatever it is, right? So like it's very easy, right? It's just sending a transaction, and once you understand bundling this bundling it into raw bytes Solana can that the wallet can process easily. Yeah, that's pretty much just it, right? So for another scenario using a native program, we already spoke about system. We already spoke about the system program yesterday. That was what we used to transfer to, right? So that's like a program too, right? But is a native Solana program, so you do not need to. I mean, I'm sure the package already did a lot of it for us, the Solana package, right? So there was no need for us to talk about discriminators. So also here we'll not need to talk about discriminators, but we're going to use the memo program. So the memo program is for the journal that. So the memo program is basically something that allows you to store data on chain in a very cheap way, right? So it's pretty much the whole process of the same processes. I feel like these processes can you would easily get used to it once you do it once, twice, or twice, something like that. It's something that you can. Oh, have you started this? Let me check. Have you done this? It's just very easy to start activity for result in this the whole process of wallet opening the wallet, right? Then this allows user to choose their wallet and he opens the wallet up. Then authorize, right? I mean, then authorize, right? Then if the no wallet connected through this exception, let's just talk about the Solana stuff. Um, we're creating a variable to hold the signer. This is the person that is signing the transaction. This signer now we're getting it after the user connects their wallet. That's why on every screen it's like, oh, we're connecting wallet again. So we get the signer after the user connects their wallet. Then the block hash is for preventing stale transactions. So it just allows Solana to to um to process transactions that are recent, right? Is the way for Solana to identify recent transactions. So that's pretty much what the block hash is, and that's why you have to bundle it to every transaction, right? So the memo data. So we already spoken about what UTF-8 is and why UTF-8 is made use of in Solana on Solana programs rather than UTF-16, which that strings are natively using, right? So that's why all of the like they code it to UTF-8, right? So then we create an instruction. In this instruction, we are bundling the program ID with accounts. Maybe if we want to add any accounts to the transaction, right? There can be more than one signers in the transaction. All of them don't need to sign, right? So and then the data that we want to put on chain, uh, we're processing it as a byte array, right? So compile it into a message, our instruction, then the compiled message. We're compiling the message with the accompanying the message with the recent block hash and then the signer, right? So it's from this class that we're going to get this compile function, right? So that's why we have to like continue using this exact create a message, initialize the message, and then use this function from this, right? So then we're trying to simulate a transaction here with the combined message and then the demo, demo signatures like we've been doing, right? Let me try to reload the app because it's more interactive currently. Um, so it's just a list of 64 variables that are zeros, all zeros straight through. After the wallet signs the transaction, this signature field will be replaced by the signature of the transaction by the wallet. So it's not something we should bother ourselves about. Usually, I think it's something that we can replace with an underscore, but it doesn't work like that. Probably find a solution if that is feasible. Um, then the signer, right? Or passing the signer as part of the signature. So then serialize the transaction into something that can be more processed by that can be more processed by Solana, right? So this signed transaction, right? We're going to convert it to byte array, then convert it to a list. Right? So it's going to be a list of byte arrays. Um, there's this error battled with very much cannot be assigned to the type list of things. Okay, so then we're going to like sign the transaction with the wallet, and then after we're going to send the transaction with the RPC, right? So it's just like the normal process of creating a transaction again. The only thing we did here is that we just created an instruction using the program ID of the memo program that comes with Solana natively, right? This one is just the UTF-8 encoding of the text you want to put, the text you want to put on chain, right? So let's check it out. It just takes in text. What's on your mind? Say the sticker will be so cool, and this should prompt us to connect sign the transaction. Very basic. I mean, say like this now we've already built a journal app, as I call this journal stream. I mean, it was supposed to be more bogus than this, but obviously we're out of time already. So this now is writing to we're writing to the Solana blockchain, right? Like this, right? So yeah, I believe it has sense. Error handling is not very, and also I'm not closing the scenario. So I'll go back explicitly. I'll be add. Um, that's pretty much it. I'll go back to the but you can just check it from here. Should show something more recent, right? So if if you check it out, if you see the text I put on chain, yeah, the sticker would be so cool, right? So we've already spoken about it. So if you are building anything on Solana Mobile, you should now know how to interact with Anchor programs. If you need a Rust developer, Solana has Rust, like Super Team NG has Rust developers working for you. Like those guys, their work rate is so inspiring. Shout out to the MFX and Berlin, Badneke. Those guys, Daniel work rate. Those guys do the lot, right? So I mean, the other guys that would probably be cool to like want to work on your hackathon project with you, right? It's just pushing for MVP and then pushing the project to the dApp store. At least you build something you know that you want to continue building, something like that. Then that's pretty much it. So then finally, in case for peradventure you do not want to, or what you want to do doesn't really need the what you want to do, peradventure it doesn't need an anchor program, a Solana program, right? You can still do plenty of cool stuff. Like there is what you can do with this I'm showing you right here. Like and the fun about it is that so if you are avoiding the old jargons from instruction discriminator, if you don't want all those converting to byte arrays, then passing it as a list of ints, then if you don't want all those okay, let me not use that specific terms because this one is not that specific. You can use Kotlin, you can use Swift, you can use anything you like. You can use Rust. Okay, let's leave Rust guys out, but you can use Tari. Pretty much anything you are building with, as far as you can make an API call with what you are building, you can use this. They're pretty much links. It's like it allows you to do anything by using an API call. What it does is you call that API call, right? Then it returns a signable. It returns like let's just check it out. I did shout out to not check out his name. So when you say I want to call this is the API link, right? Or this is the base URL or API URL. Sorry. Then if I send it, what it's going to do is going to return this. Now, if you pass this thing straight to the wallet, the user will just sign it, right? The user will sign it, and and that's it. Like you don't need to start doing all those conversions, disturb yourself with program ID and stuff. Right. So I think this is very, very amazing for anybody that wants to do. And okay, if you want to use Solana program libraries, you can use it, right? If you want to, I mean, there's a lot of support for it. Pretty much almost anything you want to do, right? Swap tokens, buy tokens, investments, um, security. I don't know. I've not checked this out. I don't know what it's doing though. There's a lot of stuff. So today we're just going to be checking out how launching a test coin would look like. Excuse me. Yeah, we're going to be checking out how launching a test coin would look like. Um, so this will just leave this screen. It's just pretty much making an API call, right? Right. So, right. So what we'll be doing is this seed over here, right? We're going to be doing it programmatically. We are going to try to launch a token on Meteora, their new DBC launchpad, right? So, um, let's just go over what it would look like, right? So, create a token. We have to like use this function, right? Launch the wallet. Um, this is some state management, not necessary to what we're trying to check out. Authorize. We already spoke about authorize. Then exception, storing the wallet address, right? So then this whole URL, thanks to Anonymous on X. I mean, I've forgotten his X handle, right? So I'll just call him Anonymous. I got this. I got to know about these links. Right? Shout out to this. The work with is mad. So I just like breaking down the URL here, right? Then putting it into a into a variable, right? So this will be necessary in case you're like interacting with different URLs, right? So this is the base URL. If you work with, all of that. So then we're going to make a push request to the URL, right? Then the response from that push request. If it is successful, right? If the response status 200, I should know, then we're going to I don't want to say deserialize, but it's pretty much just breaking down the response from from what this response we got here is what we're breaking down, right? You should know how breaking down um JSON in that is on is this is just it, right? Then we're now going to pass that to it's now this that you pass to the this transaction data is what you pass to the wallet to be signed, right? So what I just doing is to get just trying to get the just trying to get this back so that you pass it to the wallet to be signed. That's right. So then you can now sign the transaction after. I mean, the flow here helps us to get the wallet address, right? That's if that's if the user has not connected the wallet previously or on another screen. Like obviously to authenticate, you will need to connect their wallet first, right? But this one is like we're not doing it modularly, we're doing it like separately, or I don't know. So in case it was not connected previously. just helps us get the wallet address. So authorization stuff here. So I think Blinks is cool. I think you should check it out. Let me find the X post. Um, very
Yeah,
cool
so
stuff.
yeah, Blink is by dialect, right? Yeah, dialect. Can you hear me?
Yeah, definitely.
That is by dialect. So the way it works is just the way when you, if you share a normal link, right, you see all this the I mean you share a link in a different place like on Twitter, right? You see like an image. So those things they call them OG meta tags, right? So the way it works is this: when if a website, if a page or any interface, right, if it has a content that has blinks now, and there's a wallet adapter on that device, right? The old device you do is to make a GET request to the blink server, right? That can be you implementing those things, right? What that one will do is get you an interface, like so. What that blink server will do is to send you the to populate or like to send like a UI, right? Something that you can create that you can turn into a UI. So that depends on you. All of this is still it's still code, it's still string, right? But the client side will interpret it as UI. Then the user can now input their, what anything you want to input, maybe the form or a field, anything you want to do, right? Any input field is very much right. They did a lot of great work. Then you send a post request back to the server. This time you're sending your data, the instruction. You're sending your data and your wallet public address, right? So once you set it to the server, the server will now use it to create an instruction and send it back to you. So once you sign that instruction, you send it to your wallet. Then your wallet can now send it back to the cluster. That could be definite, mainnet, whatever. It's very, very interesting. Like
Yeah, like
kind
the
of
guys that came up with that idea is like
it was mad. Yeah, it was
I'm
mad.
telling you, I love the idea when I saw it. That time it really
Yeah, it
cool.
was mad. So
So
anywhere a URL could be used, you can use it there. I don't know. I think we should start with that and then come back again to like interact with the normal dApp and then maybe building programs. Right? No building programs is different in entirely.
right, you see, it's so cool because like it just allows you to do anything you want to do. You can even work with a backend developer that will develop your own custom link URL for you, and then your own mobile app is built. Your own Web3 mobile app is built with URL and API calls, right? Just cool stuff that you can do with this. Um, so now let's just it's already time, right? It's already 1 hour from where we said. So I'll just if you have any ideas you want for the Solana mobile hackathon, maybe you can hear it. If you need teammates, if you have questions, right, or you want to give feedback, let's just talk about it. Anybody, Daniel, want to share your idea?
So what me I was thinking about, right, is about building so if once people join the call, right, it's about building, mini militia. You know it now. Do you remember it?
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah. So it's like using something like Flame. You know Flame now in Flutter, right?
Yeah, this boy, he did my head. He's inside my
No,
head.
no, no. So I
No,
want
no,
to.
seriously.
You have it in your mind.
Yeah, continue. No,
Yeah.
not
So,
Millie Militia, but I thought about using Flame to do something for Solana.
yeah. So one thing that Solana is pushing currently, right, is to bring something called fully on chain games. That means the state, the the interaction. So even the buttons, everything on chain, right? Sometimes games get hacked and people are modding it. So you just bring this level of
Oh
transparency
my
and
god,
honesty to
yeah,
games.
I get.
Yeah. So there's another this thing called ephemeral roll-up, Magic Block. Magic Block was the sponsor of that hackathon.
Yeah,
Which
I know what
sponsor? They
roll
even
up is.
have a separate track. Yeah. No. So there's an ephemeral roll-up, not the roll-up of Ethereum, the L2 zone, not that one. Right?
Is it different?
Like, well, so it's interesting. I have an article on it, right? You can check it out, or you can just go to their link. So Magic Block. But the thing that they sponsor, so their goal is they brought this thing called sub-second finality, right? So normally, of course, Solana handle a lot of transaction per second, but there's this thing called finality in the sense that I think the time finality was like 12 to 8 seconds, and then this so of course this new introduction that they just brought, this ampere is going to bring it down by like 90%. But Another thing what Magic Block was doing was it's creating it created an ephemeral log where you can do your transaction inside. So it's as fast as a DB, like a normal server, like very fast, right? So, but like they're also trying to get people to to use their stuff, right? Everybody they sponsor their cartons, and they are very bullish on games because games are the things that need those things. Games, DeFi products, all this kind of stuff, right? And so I want to play with Magic Block and play with Flutter. But the idea behind the mini militia kind of thing is everybody fight. There's a map of the world. You get dump or in a place or with a team, right? With a team member, and then anybody that you kill, you can take their tokens. So everybody is coming to the game and bringing like 5 years DC, right? So if you kill someone or somebody kill someone, you can run. It's just like you're looting, but it's just fun. Nothing special. It may be fake money, right? Just or you can stake that we're going to win, or there's this stake flag. If you are playing mini
I
militias,
mean,
right? These are the old game.
exactly.
It's kind of
There's a lot of things around it. Like
yeah.
there's a lot of like
You can engineer the mechanisms. You can even do a
exactly.
car race game. The
I'm telling you,
first person can take
like
prize. So it's just like a lot of fun. Like, particularly by using Flame. I'll be looking at Flame. I don't know. People that are interested can.
yeah. Oh, there's a lot of ideas in my head. Do you see this Believe app?
What?
Do you see the Believe app like Launchcoin? That ICM stuff that they spoke about recently.
No, 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 no. Do you want to share the link in the chat?
It's just a mobile app that I think those guys are I don't know like but their app really went.
Let me see. Let me see. So
Uh,
like the more tricky thing is this, right? Like you never have to build your own applications. Like you just have to. There are many smart contracts on the web that even the people that built it, they don't have good UI for it because they are mostly technical people now. And then so you can add your own Flutter wrapper. It could even be Launchpad. It could be a better pop.phone user interface, right? Because decentralized apps, the IDLs are often, depending on the app too, right? It can be code. So you can just charge 1 or 2 bits, right? Seems like exchanges, right? So people that create this decentralized exchange, right? Where people are
yeah,
swapping stuff. What they do is they have they integrate with multiple decks and they just create a UI for it. And when you do transactions through them, they just take their 1%. They're not building any smart contract. Just that when you do transactions
yeah,
through them,
working on something like that.
so and there's a company that are processed like 24 million. It's crazy. Nigerians built by Nigerians, so and it's just
And
blockchain. They didn't build that special. Wow.
so the reason why I'm looking at these guys is they're also watching the top guys on Solana Mobile on X. I think they said something similar once. I mean, before they said it, I've already thought about it. Like this guy's strategy, it's just a normal launch pad. Like it's just launch coins
Yeah.
like on Pump the phone. But they reduce the what's that word? So how it works is that I can just say, okay, maybe I've built, or maybe you have built the mini military game, whatever name you call it, right? And then make a post on X that, oh, I just launched this program today, blah, 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 blah. At the end of it, you just make one comment, launch coin, then the ticker of the coin, then that's it. And then the bots, their launch coin bot would pick up that comment and then launch the ticker. And then
Wow.
exactly, that's it. Like wow, like if you see how DJs just jumped on it. So why I think they did is they made launching coins a lot easier. If you have launched coins on Pumpcom before, you know you have to source for image, source for a lot of things, right? And then you fill a form and then you sign the transaction and that process is kind of long compared to how they have done it. Another thing they did is
Funny, sorry. Funny thing that Pump the Font is like a rapper, really, right? There was a very tedious process before. So Pump of Font just like a UI rapper that they added on top or something. And now so these guys are adding rapper. So just make things easier for people
Pump
to
the phone
speak Nigerian.
is a
I think
UI
that's
rapper. Okay.
yeah.
I take the rapper.
It's not as difficult as it's not as if you are building an intense smart contract thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
you're just
Okay, okay, okay.
just go a little feature, right? So
But
like
but but the
Pump of Font
bonding
is
curve and
just
stuff is mathematics and I think they were the one that came up with the bonding curve.
No, no. So burning off thing, right? You don't have to do it anymore. So there's this thing called meteora dynamic burning curve (DBC). Just check it out, right? You don't have to like they don't need to write burning curve anymore. What you just do is set the parameters and then to do like so like they give you a function, a variable function that you can just tweak the parameters. You know, like if they give you like a let's say like a lot of a polynomial with like multiple variables, you can just add as much as possible to create the curve, and that's this thing. Every all the launch, the trading, the swaps, the migration when it's done, the code has been written for you. It's crazy. Or just to make so you just check. So I think Material is guys powering what's the word? Powering most of these launch pads too. But like they know how to build the UI for it. Because they build the UI, they'll compete to their clients. It's crazy. Like they are trying to make everything as fucking easy as possible.
So I think that the goal of this Solana mobile app is just to get people to like
To
use
yeah to vibe around, right?
not
So
viable to use the Solana mobile. Like they want
I have
something
a
viral.
question.
What's the question?
please carry on.
Please, can I have the link to the Solana mobile hackathon so I can go through it?
I'll put it in the chat in my comment.
So I don't know why you're doing that, right? So what I want to suggest, like, I think we should just do this kind of instead of this like Bevy is good, right? But what we can do is create like a Google Meet. Anybody that wants to join can join. But like for the next Monday to Friday, we just like for like maybe 1 or 2, 3 hours, we just work on something on the code, like just an idea. We'll read through the docs together. We'll try to figure things out on the stream. I don't know if you get it.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Yeah, so like people can just chime in, vibe, just like no pressure. You share your screen, if it works.
Alright,
Anybody is interested.
thank you.
Alright, so if you're up for it, join our community. Yeah, I should take to
So,
thank everybody for showing up. Right?
when are we
So you were saying,
starting?
yeah, the hackathon
Is there
starts
a team
what is it?
next week?
Next month. I'm not sure
Okay,
if like the specific time.
next week is new month.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so they've not described it yet. I mean, what's
Yeah,
this? They've
there's
not
no
set out the plans.
specified. Yeah. In my head, I don't know why I have this number 14. I feel like it starts on 14, but like don't blame me. It's just random thought. So I feel
No, no,
like
no.
just
They,
next month. Just,
they always do it. They always do it like 14. I think so that it's not clash with the first,
okay,
like the first week,
okay,
so that this can be easy. People can get prepared quickly. I think that what they like doing that.
exactly. It's just random. So normally I like to like take moments to thank. So I want to just take like this few, let's say 1 minute to like thank for showing up. I mean, it means a lot to me. Daniel, I mean, your show up really, when you don't dey build things, like you just day alone, nobody really dey.
Send soul. I will believe you.
I mean, I want to thank you guys for showing up. To the people that I did not mention for making this happen. To Timo, Alex, um,
Alright,
strategy,
wait, like,
Richard.
do you guys already, excuse, do you guys already
Yeah.
have a team for the hacker thing?
Uh, I mean, are you on our WhatsApp? You can like from team formation. I can look for things that are willing to build and stuff. I don't even have an
Alright,
idea yet, right? I'm still trying to because I believe that with a lot of like data you can come up with a good idea. Although it doesn't always work like that, sha, but hopefully I'll get a cool idea to like push out. Although I'm working on a lot of things,
I think
so
what we just do right is try to ideas. We just dump it in a chat or in a Google Doc or in a gist. So people can just go there and pick 1 or 2 things. So and
exactly.
try to pair. Yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah,
that's the better thing to do.
I have a bunch of ideas, but I feel like they are not the best. They are not like side projects. Like it's just
No, no, no. See, that's it. You don't have. See, it does not have to be perfect. Like there's something I've been working on for like since January. What I have in mind now is not what I had in mind when I started in January. It started with a very small AI thing. Let's just cheat and schedule, but now it's become like auction and campaign, and so it just goes to grow. It's possible that just dump the idea there. Somebody may see it and like, oh, I think I can. It is not that good, but it can inspire me to do something like in a certain way. I don't know if you get it. Like everybody have different experiences that shape how they interpret things. Yeah.
Mm.
So, like, I can suppose there's so many things that like I've seen an idea before. One, I think super team ideas before. Like, there's a lot of ideas. There. I'm like, no, this is a very terrible idea. But then it struck my. I mean, I got
Actually,
inspiration about building that thing for something else. Like you don't know, inspiration can strike anybody at any time. Just dumb things there. Like if you think about it, somebody can improve on it. Yeah, that's the point.
yeah. So thank you guys for showing up. Shout out to Super Team for like the awesome community, Solana for the awesome community responses. After this, I believe I should drop a text post just summarizing the whole data and everything and what went on with this hackathon. I mean, with this workshop. So I've taken a lot of you guys' time already, 15 minutes extra. So I believe that's it. The workshop has come to an end. Thank you guys for showing up. I really appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you, boss. Thanks for taking
Thank
up.
you. Thank you.
Right.
Good night.
Okay.